pop out at your party. I'm with the gang, and it's gonna be a robbery. So tug your chain, I'm a killer girl, I'm sorry, but I can't hang, we ain't aiming for your body.
Shots at your brain.
What's going on, guys? It's Josh here from One Track Mind, and we're back at it again with another video that isn't an interview. I don't know if you guys are more interested in that or not, so be sure to let me know down in the comment section below. But for now, let's talk about the topic at hand. For those of you tuned into this video, you may be following my TikTok at the moment, you may not be following my TikTok at the moment, but you may have seen this video right here. Now, this video is a little bit of a breakdown about the first thing that I did in the music industry, because a lot of people are trying to get into the music industry, so I figured I'd talk to you about my first experience there. First of all, let's talk about how motivated I was to get into this industry. I think it was the most motivated I've ever been in my entire life. I was so motivated that I started out by sending 500 emails daily to different people all across the music industry, asking them if I could intern for free, you know, on some Gary Vaynerchuk type vibe.
I fucking love losing.
Artists that I hit up included Benny the Butcher. I'm pretty sure I hit up Russ. I don't know, there were a bunch of them that I was hitting up, but you know, there was a emerging artist coming onto the scene named Polo G, and you know, not everybody had heard of him at the time. It was about, you know, a year and a half, 2 years ago or so. And luckily enough, I was following his management on Instagram when they posted a story with something along the lines of looking for an intern, reply if interested. So you already know your boy had to reply to the story. So basically I replied to the story. Polo G's assistant manager got back to me and she said, okay, great, let me see your CV, send it to this email, yada yada yada. My CV looked kind of good at the time. I had worked on shows for artists like Rich the Kid and Lil Mosey, so I ended up landing the position. Now let's break down what it is that this position actually consisted of.
Yo, Pierre, you want to come out here?
Now, before we go on any further, I just do want to give a shout out to my boy Luke Banter, who just dropped an album not too long ago. If you're into that John Bellion style of music, definitely check it out. Link is going to be in the description of this video. But yeah, let's run a little clip of that.
I steal your love, I made it mine. I waited for the perfect time, baby.
Anyways, let's talk about what it was like to actually work with Polo G. So you have to understand, dealing with a high profile artist like that, you don't really get to work one-on-one with the artist, especially when you're an intern virtually from Canada, which is what I was.
Exactly.
You know, so my work kind of revolved around side projects, smaller projects, and things like that. Obviously I signed a non-disclosure agreement, so I cannot disclose certain things that I was, not certain things that I was doing, but more so like marketing tactics and things like that they had going on. But there are some things that I can definitely speak on. As you may know, Polo G, which is in the public domain, has signed an artist named Scory. He's very, very fire. And on his roster when I was working for him, he also had both Young Liv and T.O.B. Duke signed. Anyways, to elaborate a little bit, I was making one sheets, which are essentially PR packages for all of the artists that were signed to Polo G. I made the original one for Scory, I did one for Young Liv, I did one for T.O.B. Duke, but yeah, like that was definitely a big part of my work with Polo and his team. The next thing that I kind of worked on a little bit was web design for them. I don't think this is standard for interns to do in general. I can't speak on whether or not it is, because this is the only major artist I've ever actually interned for. But since I'm experienced in computer science, I am a computer science student, even though I kind of hate it. I designed some websites for them. You know, I did a website for Polo G's mother's brand. They had a touring brand that I did the website for as well. I believe they took it down recently. And I also worked on their management website. So there was a bunch of different stuff that I worked on in terms of web design for them. Obviously, I'm not the most artistic guy out there, so it didn't really look like it was crazy professional grade, but it was doable for sure. Another thing that they super heavily stressed was Polo G's little sister's YouTube channel. I don't know if I'm credited in the description of any of those videos. I will definitely check when I'm editing this video.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because...
But yeah, I was editing Polo G's little sister's YouTube videos, at least some of them. There was one where she gave food to the homeless that I edited, one where she did a house tour of Polo's house. It was really, really cool. Ultimately, that was probably my favorite part of this internship as a whole. It was really cool to get that like kind of insight into the artist's family and like his home life and things like that. Yeah, overall, really, really cool. And then the last thing with this job, I built a pretty strong relationship with one of Polo's signees at the time named T.O.B. Duke. Him and I became very, very cool. As a result, you know, I tried helping him out with some TikTok stuff. We worked on just general marketing stuff outside of the Polo stuff, just so that I could kind of feel as though I was a little bit more part of the team. He really, really showed me a lot of love. So if you guys want to go check out his music, I strongly suggest it. It's really fire. I will get copyright claimed if I put it up in this video, but definitely check it out.
Yo, Pierre, you want to come out here?
Now, obviously, an internship with a major artist for somebody trying to get into the music industry is a huge deal. And, you know, I ended up learning a lot and taking away a lot from this internship. The first thing that I took away was how to network. If you go up to anybody and say you are part of Polo G's camp, or you're working in association with, or, you know, on the same team as, or anything like that, Polo G, I can almost guarantee 100% success rate in whoever it is that you're trying to connect with. Did I do that at the time? No, but I don't really regret not using it at the time. It's something that I put on my resume now. Definitely looks really good every time I reach out to anybody trying to work with them. Letting them know that I come from, you know, a pretty professional background is definitely helpful and useful. It definitely contributed to who I am now and what I do in the industry, whether that be interning for Alamo, which is a record label with artists like Lil Durk, Rod Wave, Comethazine, etc., or just, you know, general work that I do in the industry. And yeah, that kind of concludes everything I really learned with Polo G's team, everything I did with Polo G's team. It was a really cool experience, although I was only there for like 6-7 months. I definitely have to shout out everybody on that team that I worked with. They were all hella cool, and I appreciate them, you know, showing me the ways to move in this industry since then. If you guys want more content like this, please let me know in the comments, because I have a lot of industry stories to tell. If you want me to talk about general hip-hop content, you know, XXL freshman list and things of that nature, definitely let me know as well. If you like the interviews, let me know in the comments too. But don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like this video so that the YouTube algorithm kind of likes me a little bit more. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. Gotta go study for exams. Peace.
Really bad, they say it's unexpected. Running low on the goal, bitch, I haven't rested. In my hand out of dirt, bitch, I'm resurrected. I done made a few hits so they get the message.